stuff because you got snubbed once.
Yes.
You led the league in touchdowns back in what year?
2012.
And you got snubbed.
Led the whole league. Led the whole league in touchdowns. No receivers had more. No running backs had more.
What happened?
I'm like, okay, I'm a lock for the Pro Bowl. Like, if you lead the league in interceptions or tackles and all that, you should be a lock. No, not even an alternate. Not even an alternate.
Were you ticked off?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But I mean, I didn't share with the public, but I was upset. I'm like, man, they letting these guys in. These guys have 2 touchdowns, but I guess, if your name is big and, they feel like fans want to see you.
Well, fans have 30% of the vote, so they do, they're kind of the tiebreaker. So players and coaches vote, and then fans come in. Like Aaron Rodgers this year did not have a great Aaron year. Russell Wilson in a rebuilding team had a great year.
Yes.
Nothing against Aaron, but Russell beat him head-to-head.
Yeah.
In fact, Russell has more wins in the NFC North than Aaron has this year, and they voted Aaron in because Aaron's way more popular.
Yes,
By the way, Aaron does better commercials than any athlete in America. Every one of his commercials is hysterically funny, and he's good.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the name of the game, man.
Okay, so let's start with this. I haven't talked to you since. Mike McCarthy fired midseason. Doesn't feel like the Packers. Did you agree with the way Green Bay did it?
No, man. I mean, Coach Mike was in Green Bay for 13 seasons. Only other coach that was there for 13 seasons is Curly Lambeau, and the field is named after him. Coach Mike has a street named after him in Green Bay, 8 straight seasons to the playoffs, a Super Bowl. I just felt like as an organization, all he's brought to the organization, that you can at least let him finish the season out. Give him the respect, let him finish the season out. Even if you tell him, Coach Mike, after the season, we're going to part ways. But I thought they should at least give him the respect to finish the season out. The season didn't go the way anybody wanted it to go, but I felt like they should have let him finish it out.
Was it a message to Aaron Rodgers, to Aaron, we hear your frustrations. We're going to show you some support. We hear your frustrations.
Well, I had a chance to talk to Aaron, and he was a little upset that they weren't able to keep Coach Mike's job because he said, in years past, Coach Mike could get a little predictable with the offense and things like that. But he said this wasn't one of those years. He said we weren't making plays. He said we will come in, it's plays open on the field that we're not making. And it had nothing to do with Mike. And he said that's what's so disappointing about it, because this season it was not about Coach Mike. It was about the players on the field not making plays.
Yeah, I saw a story. There's been a lot of stories about Nick Saban was the big one yesterday. Yeah. I don't think Saban's authoritarian personality works well in Green Bay for 2 reasons. Yeah. Aaron's a free thinker, an ad-libber, and an independent guy. That doesn't work with Nick. Nick likes to control. Yeah. That's not a criticism of Nick. Yeah. It's his personality. Yeah. The second thing is because Green Bay's not a free agent destination, and they're not going to have a ton of cap space with Aaron making $33 million. It limits personnel choices, which Nick is great at. Yeah. Like, I don't buy Saban in Green Bay, do you?
No, and I absolutely agree. I just feel like the way he coaches is strictly built for college. Yeah. Like, you can't come into the National Football League and kind of, I don't know, you see him on the sideline, he kind of mother effing players and getting all in each other, in players' faces and all. To me, that's not going to work in the National Football League. Like, you're talking to guys that are making more than you. You're talking to guys that have been proven in this league. And I just feel like his style of coaching does not work in the National Football League. It
looks like a college coach.
Absolutely. Everybody's on scholarship. You could talk to these players any kind of way. Everybody's trying to make it to the National Football League. But this style is not going to work in the National Football League. And that's why it didn't work for him the first time around. And I don't like the thought of him going.
By the way, was Jason there in Miami when Nick was there?
He was.
Yeah, and Nick was like,
They have a good relationship.
No, of course he liked Jason because Jason's great. I bet he loved Jason. He was one of the few great players. But did Jason even acknowledge it rubbed some dudes the wrong way?
I mean, I'm not going to speak for him, but he definitely rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, not just players, like people in the organization, media, certainly fans. He just has an abrasive personality that works in college, and it doesn't work in the NFL.
What kind of coach does Aaron need? And this has been, James, people have talked a lot about this, that, it's funny, we all assume Aaron needs a brilliant offensive guy. I could argue Brady's got a defensive guy.
Yeah.
I could argue that if you look in the history of the NFL, great quarterback Peyton Manning with Tony Dungy, Big Ben with Tomlin, Brady with Belichick. You can make an argument that Aaron is so smart. Don't try to outsmart Aaron.
Yeah.
Give him a defensive guy.
That's all I've been saying.
Oh, it is.
I talked to Aaron when they fired Coach Mike, and I said, who do you want as the head coach? Like, who would you want to come in and coach? And he was like, JJ, you know me. Like, what kind of coach do you think I need? And I said, I would love to see you with a defensive-minded coach. So he has the defense. He'll get you a top 10 defense. You communicate with your offensive coordinator, and you guys put up points. But we have the defense. And I think that right there is what Aaron Rodgers needs. You're communicating with one guy that you respect, you have a very good relationship with, and you guys go put up points. I got the defense. I'll run the team. I'll set the tone. But I think a defensive-minded coach will be great for Aaron. Everybody's saying offensive coordinator, an offensive-minded coach. Aaron's two-time MVP, Super Bowl MVP. Like, you're not going to come in here and make Aaron look just like somebody, like just that much better. Like, he's already special. So even if he comes in and wins, you get an offensive-minded coach and he wins another MVP. That Aaron Rodgers is special. You know what I'm saying? Get him a defensive coach.
I'm going to throw a name out there. This is going to be crazy, and I want everybody to hold me to it. But I think Cam Newton still got 2 years left, and I think Ron Rivera may get run by the new owner. My sources tell me that the new owner, he's not going to sit around. He's going to shake things up if the Carolina Panthers don't go to the playoffs, and they're not going to. And Ron Rivera, they're not going to fire Cam. Ron Rivera's in trouble. Ron Rivera, Carolina every year is good on defense. Last 7 years, 5 of 6, they've been top 10. If I'm Green Bay, I go get a good, you talk about a rock-solid dude. Yeah. He's had to deal with a lot of Cam Newton stuff. So he can deal with some ego. Yeah. He's dealing with a superstar in Cam. Yeah. So he can deal with Aaron Rodgers. If he can deal with Cam, they're both commercials. Yeah. You can argue that Cam and Aaron are the two biggest stars with Brady in the league.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you Green Bay's defense is top 10. Yeah. And by the way, Rivera's going to face Trubisky instead of having Breeze. He can face Kirk Cousins instead of facing Matt Ryan. Yeah. That's my dark horse, Ron Rivera.
See, I like it, but you could call me crazy too, but I want Rex Ryan.
Oh, God!
I think Rex Ryan
is nuts.
Come in the building, get that defense right. If you talk to any guys that ever played with Rex, they love him. He knows how to communicate with his players. He gets the best out of his players. He's going to AFC championships with Mark Sanchez. If you put together a defense, a big-time defense, and let Rex do that,
but he's bad
and you have Aaron Rodgers.
Is Aaron going to respect Rex?
Absolutely.
Rex been fired twice.
Absolutely, that's fine. But when you come in here and you do it your way, that's fine. All that happens in the past is over. It's gone. But I would love to see Rex Ryan come in there because he's great at communicating with his players. They love him. They have a great relationship with him. He's a great defensive-minded coach. Get Aaron the OC.
I don't know if Aaron would buy into him. I think Aaron would buy Rivera. All right. Let's go to the Cowboys. I want to talk as a wide receiver. It's obviously wide receivers today, James Jones joining us, are more valuable than they were a year ago. The catch rule's been flipped. Yep. 2 rules. The catch rule's been flipped. Everything now is a catch. They don't even go to replay. It's a catch. The second thing is can't hit receivers over the middle. Now everybody goes over the middle. It used to be like you'd send the big Michael Irvin over the middle. You wouldn't send slot guys over the middle. Everybody goes over the middle. So I look at the Cowboys' Amari Cooper. Are you shocked? Is he this good? What do you make of him going to Dallas and literally changing the offense?
Not shocked at all. Amari Cooper is a special player. He was a special player his first couple years in Oakland. Then you come into this year, you hear John Gruden say, okay, he's going to be the future of our offense, and you don't get him the ball. He's coming out of games with 2-3 targets. How is this the number one option on your football team, and he's coming out of the game with 2 or 3 targets? I don't understand it. So he goes to Dallas, and we watched Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper off the line of scrimmage, I don't know if there's anybody better.
What do you mean?
Like, release-wise. If you come up and press Amari Cooper, he is going to kill you at the line of scrimmage with his releases. He's super explosive. He has the AI crossover off the line of scrimmage. Nobody can touch him. That's why when he went to Dallas, I said, this is what Dak needs, because Amari Cooper is that guy that is going to get you that separation. It's not going to be when Dak looks over there, tight coverage. Amari's going to have that separation. He's special at running routes. So I'm not shocked at all. I broke down a lot of film of Amari Cooper. He's a special player. I was shocked that the Raiders let him out of there, but if you could get a first-round pick for him, I guess you do what you got to do. But not surprised at all. Special player, top 10 talent, and look, the Cowboys got him a good one.
How about this? You have a team. So I just laid out my playoffs. And I said every year there's a team that ends up in the playoffs. And we're like, how'd they get in the playoffs? I'm told your shocker in the NFL playoffs is mine. And yours is?
Mine's the Philadelphia Eagles.
So is mine. They're going to make it, aren't they?
They're going to make it in. And they remind me, they remind me of us in 2010. We had to win our last 2 games to get in the playoffs. And those last 2 games, we started playing football the right way. And we started going into games like, can't nobody stop us. We just had that swagger. Can't nobody stop us. Then we're looking around the locker room. We're like, dang, we got all these weapons. We're about to destroy the playoffs and go win the Super Bowl. And I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles are getting that swag. They have the players. You look at their front seven. They can get after the quarterback. They can stop the run. Nick Foles is in the game. He's not just looking for Zach Ertz. He's spinning the ball around to everybody, which is making their offense more potent, more dangerous. And I feel like they're starting to play football the right way.
Listen,
they're getting that confidence.
Their roster
scary.
is too good.
Exactly.
I mean, you watched them against the Rams in the first half. It was like, oh, my Lord, they're pushing the Rams all over the field. I'm with you on this. I think Philadelphia is going to sneak it now. I think they're going to have a pretty quick life in the NFL. I think going to Chicago going to be a tough one.
They know how to play in the cold, though. That's the thing. You're getting a cold weather team to come play in the cold. I'm telling you, man, they are scary because they can go into any place and win a ball game the way they're built.
And finally, let me ask you one more Aaron question. According to Ian Rappaport, NFL guy, Panthers are going to sit Cam against the Falcons due to his shoulder. They're out of the playoffs. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers this week playing the Jets. The Jets have a legitimate big-time pass rush.
They do.
Did you see what they did to Deshaun Watson this weekend?
I did.
They were all over him. And if you're Green Bay, I know Aaron wants to play, but if I'm Green Bay, I think I sit Aaron. I think I do, James.
No.
Well, you wouldn't sit him?
No, I'm playing. We all got ourselves in this situation. Let's finish the season out the right way. Let's go into the offseason saying, okay, we finished these last 2 games playing the right football. I know everybody says it's a long offseason. This stuff doesn't carry over. It does. Because it gives you confidence. Like, okay, we had a bad season, but the last 2 times we took the field, we played at a high level. Let's get back to doing that when this season comes back around. And I just feel like as for the other players, Devontae Adams, who's special, who's been having a special season, you all of a sudden you get to thinking, okay, if Aaron's sitting, why ain't I sitting? You know, you're going to put me out there with Kaiser, and he's like, why ain't I sitting? So I just think it sends the wrong message. Now, if Aaron's hurt, you know, I understand that. But,
I wouldn't call him, I would say he's gimpy.
Yeah, but if you can play and he wants to play, I say you let him play. We got ourselves in this situation. Let's all finish it out as a team, go out there and play and finish this next.
By the way, I want to throw something at you quick. Buy, sell, or hold around the corner. Joy coming up. College football players occasionally now say, I'm not playing the bowl game. What do you make of that?
I hate it. I was talking to Reggie Bush about this the other day. I wish I could go back and play a college football game. You know, and if it's the national championship, you're not but you're not sitting out, you know? So
but what if you're playing the Outback Bowl?
I'm playing, and because it's all about the brotherhood to me. I'm going out there with my teammates. I want to play. I mean, you could get hurt training. You know, you could pop an Achilles getting out of your break training for the combine. Like, you can get hurt doing anything. I just feel like these are your brothers. You've been battling with them all year. Go out there and finish the season out strong. That's just my opinion.
No, if you're a running back like Bryce Love of Stanford and you've given a school 4 years and gotten the you-know-what kicked out of you, but, man, I don't like Will Greer, a quarterback, bailing on his brothers. Yeah. I don't like that at all. Yeah. It's like, Will, you got kicked out of Florida. Now you quit on your team in the bowl game. Yeah. Character matters to me. Yeah. Like, if I'm a team, I'm like, is this guy into the team or is he into himself? I'll give a running. Leonard Fournette wanted out. Christian McCaffrey. I get the running back who's given the school 600 carries. Yeah. I get that. Quarterbacks? I don't like that. What's the punter going to sit next? I may pull my hammy?
Running backs, I want you out there with me. We've been in this thing. We started this thing.
You and I could play together.
Off-season programs.
Joy just wants to have a vacation after week 8.
I mean, I'm just saying. He doesn't owe the school anything, really.
James Jones, NFL Network analyst. Week 16 doubleheader this Saturday. Redskins, Titans, 4:30 Eastern on the NFL Network. Oh, my Lord. Ravens, Chargers, 8:20 p.m. Eastern, NFL Network. I was glued to it last week. I got Baker Mayfield and Darnold last week. I get great games this week. Good seeing you again.
Thanks for having me.
James Jones, 8 years, 9 in the league, 8 with the Packers. Joy Taylor with the news.
No.